Black.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to another live episode of The Grid. Scott Kelby here with Matt Kloskowski.
Hey, everyone.
That's him right there. Very, very special guest in our studio, our dear friend and an amazing photographer and a legend in our industry, Mr. Moose Peterson. How you doing, buddy?
Good, thanks.
Good to have you here, man.
The intro.
Oh.
Matt,
That's,
good
here,
to see you.
let's do it.
It's been what? 48 hours?
4
Long
days?
time.
Yeah, we're just all together at Photoshop World. Hey, we're glad to have you guys with us. It's our blind photo critiques. I just want to give you the disclaimer about our blind photo critiques before we launch directly into them. So we've asked our viewers to send in images to give us a kind of a look at their work. Most people have submitted between 3 to 5 images. We're going to bring them up on screen. We'll look at them quickly. The reason why they're called blind photo critiques is we don't
Post who it is.
We don't say what your name is publicly. So unless you put a watermark on there with your name, well then, you know.
Which some do. Somebody even asked about that today. Can I watermark them?
You can watermark them. You do whatever you like. But
that takes the blind away.
Does take the blind away. But the main thing that we do is we try to give you an honest opinion. It's hard to get an honest opinion on your photography from anyone. Your wife or husband surely isn't going to tell you, you're just not any good. Sell your gear. That's not going to happen. And if your friends and family aren't going to tell you, and they're not going to tell you on Flickr, because all they want to do on Flickr is give you a hug, a big old hug. That's the greatest picture ever taken. But here we just tell you the truth. If it's a great picture, we'll tell you. If it's not a good picture, we're not just going to tell you it's a bad picture. We're going to try to tell you what to do next to try to get better. You ready to roll?
Sure.
All right, let's take a look. Now, we were very fortunate that in the culling process, Brad helped us, and we do have a lot of the things that Moose is an expert at today. We have a lot of landscape photography. We've got a few people that sent in aerial photography. I don't know if you call it aerial photography.
No, aircraft.
Aviation photography. Thank you.
Ariel is a person in a Disney film. Go ahead.
No, that's aerial.
Depends how you pronounce it. Shh.
Anyway, and we've got some wildlife, and we have other stuff too, but cool. Here we go. Let's just go. Here we go. First image. All right, we're going to go through all 5 here, and then we'll kind of, or however many there are.
Wow. 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 Wow.
Matt likes them.
I like them.
What do you think there, Moose?
I love the feel about it. I like everything about it. I think it works really well. So they got cold, they got a nice shot, and the timber's got a nice warm hue to it, so I kind of like the whole thing.
Yeah, I like the composition here. Looks nice. Still water.
Yeah, the rocks on the left there, the bright rocks, take my eye right there. It's so opposed to the other side, which is kind of green and nice.
So, hey, we can fix that, Moose. Let's go into camera raw here.
How about we finish it rather than fix it?
Okay, well, this one needs fixing. They should have done this in the camera. Here we go. They should have run over there and darkened this.
Yes, just like that. See the difference that makes?
Yeah. I love the colors, though.
No, I think it's a good shape.
In reality, of course, I'm making a joke. They couldn't really do that in camera.
Can I tell you a trick that I do? Not on that scale, but the one thing I tell people is dry rocks suck.
You run over there with a big water bottle, don't you?
Well, have a bucket in the truck.
Bucket in the truck.
Yeah.
That'd have been a lot of rocks to wet, though.
Think of the fun.
All right, but okay, so that's kind of minor. What do we think here, guys? This is my least favorite.
I would say that as well.
I like the idea. It just didn't translate well.
I don't know if it's the screen I'm seeing on. I'm just having a hard time figuring out what it was, too.
Well, it's like a stream down here, then there's a footbridge, and then some trees and mountain.
Yeah.
It's, you know what it is? I mentioned this on my tour. If you have to describe what's going on, the picture's kind of failed. If you have to go, what is it? Mm-hmm. Even if you go, oh, that's pretty, what is it? It's kind of failed. All right, this is nice.
Mm-hmm.
Now, is this either, what are those things in Washington, D.C., the cherry blossoms? Are these cherry blossoms, or is this a...
cherry blossoms.
No, infrared, yeah.
Cherry blossoms.
They're cherry blossoms.
I don't think they did selective infrared.
The only thing that
would be worse. only thing worse than selective color would be selective infrared.
I don't know about you, Moose. The thing that I think would make this photo a lot stronger is to get rid of the power lines on the left. And I don't know how well you can see those if you're watching on a small device, but I'm going to zoom in on it over here. There are a lot of power lines.
The other side has a building too.
Over here, and the other side has buildings and a tower and pipes and other things that are kind of killing it.
Like an IHOP.
Hit command 00 for me. The other thing, I think there's way too much foreground because the symmetry is not working between the trees and the bank. So that bottom 25% could just disappear in the picture, and I think it'd be stronger. And or you could do that.
I'd still be tempted to get rid of those telephone poles and telephone wires because it's such a nice, serene thing, and then all of a sudden, hey, look.
I'm not sure the building in the middle works because now we got that goober in the lower right corner. So we get rid of that goober, we move that thing over a little bit to the
You want
right.
to get rid of that goober? Here we go.
By goober, do you mean those like random
Awful
trees?
sticks?
Yeah. I mean, I think that's more powerful.
Yeah, I agree.
Takes you through the frame better. And then, the little things like the break in the snow, the road, the power lines, because those linear lines don't work with all those nice, beautiful curves in the background. And the sun kind of works in that. It normally doesn't work shooting through the clouds like that. This is kind of working. I mean, he lucked out there because normally it's either just a big burnout blob. But yeah, I would.
That's not
those
great.
No, on the fly it works. It gets you idea. It breaks up the linear lines. But I think it's a nice idea. Just those little things, I think it makes a difference.
I could even crop it more.
You know that when you're doing critiquing, that the one comment that's made often that really applies so much is simply take a step closer. Physically take a step closer. It makes such a difference so many different times, so many ways.
Nice stuff, though.
Yes.
Yeah. You know what's interesting about that critique? You look at the photo at first, and we all liked it. We're like, oh, this is all good. When you start looking at the individual photos, they're not as strong. But you know what? That goes back to something that Joe McNally said to me a long time ago about doing a series. He goes, an individual image sometimes by itself is okay. But when you create a series with it, they get strength from each other. So when we looked at his 5 images, like one after another, you think, hey, this is really good. When you look at the individual images, that's when the flaws start to stand out. All right, here we go. So we're just going to go through all 5 real quick.
So can I make one comment before we start?
Sure.
So someone like at Photoshop World at the portfolio review put these down. I go through them just that quickly because that's what editors do in a magazine. And I typically say, okay, there's one thread here it's either working or not working. And in these 5 photographs, there's one thread that's really not working. That's across the board, and that's the quality of the light.
The light, yeah,
The light
absolutely.
is just in all of these is just kind of has no character, has no storytelling. It's
And
just
no depth and no dimension.
yeah. So if this one photographer wants to work on one thing, you're seeing things. That's cool. You're seeing patterns and stuff, but that light, you just can't get away from sucky light.
Yeah,
Because it sucks.
Midday light for outdoor photography is instant death. Now, beyond that, the composition really isn't bad. Like you said, you know what is bad? So take a look in the bottom right corner of this image. See all this little junk creeping in on the sides?
Yeah.
That stuff counts. I know that when you took the shot, you're looking at this. And you made a good call not putting it dead in the middle and all that kind of stuff. But when we look at the picture, we see all of it. We see all of this junk, and you're focused on this. And it's very easy for the photographer to get sucked into the foreground. But we're responsible for every pixel in here, and these are kind of But
Yeah,
good
if you
critique.
can't crop it out, it's your job to clone it out.
So you don't really have a tremendous composition problem. What you got mostly, like Moose said, lighting problem, Moose?
Yeah.
Lighting problem. So you know what to do next. Work on shooting around dawn, around dusk, when you're going to have beautiful light. All of these exact same pictures done the same way, except for this one. I don't know what we could do to help this one, but these other ones, that's pretty bad. So here, what you need to get some separation from the background. You have a tiny bit of separation. You also don't have a very pretty flower. It's kind of an ugly flower in bad light, and the background's not out of focus enough to make it stand out. This one's like not working on a whole bunch of levels.
But he needs multiple degrees of separation. He needs it from the light and from the focus and the background. He needs a number of separations there.
But start with a better flower. Start with a better subject. 'Cause I don't care what kind of lens you have. You're not going to make that flower look good. I don't care if you're starting at dawn and you've got a $12,000 lens. An ugly flower at dawn is prettier than an ugly flower when you took it. But at the end of the day, it's an ugly flower.
And just for the record, I suck at posy pictures, which is why I don't photograph posies.
All right. All right, we got some sports here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. I'll go first since I'm the sportsy guy. I love this last shot.
Yeah.
Love it. Now this this probably had to be taken. That looks like a follow spot. It probably had to be taken during like player introductions or something like that, or at the end of the game when they're, sometimes
Great
at
eye,
the end.
though.
But I love this shot. That's
Yeah.
just a killer shot. I rather like this one. I just like that you can see him. It's nice and clear. This one seems to have intentional vignetting, and I like a little vignetting. This one just seems a little. You have to be really careful with sport shots adding vignetting. They're nice for portraits and stuff, but I still like the shot. You can see his eyes, but it's not like he's doing anything exciting. He doesn't look particularly intense. Still not a bad shot. Really like this one. I really, really like this. This one and this one are like outstanding. The last one, this one, and this one.
I really like that one.
This is a
the intensity of the
terrific
stick
shot.
is just hard to. I mean, look
Yeah.
at this. I mean, he's putting all he got into that stick.
And you got the puck on the stick, and I love the composition, and that's a really good one. And this is just a nice peak moment of action. The puck is right beside him. He's looking at the puck. You probably have more in this image than you need, to be honest with you. If you want to make this stronger, let's just get to where the action is.
But when it comes to looking at a portfolio, he's got 5 amazingly strong images there with no. I mean, we're talking about really small little nits here. I mean, he's done a great job throughout, and he picked 5 great images. So, applause to that right off the bat.
Yeah, I like this. I think, but look how much better I think it looks once it's cropped in.
Yeah, the him looking at the puck now comes
let's clear
through. Yeah, it wasn't there.
What was this? How this wasn't helping the photo. Now all that stuff over there. The story's right in here. In fact, you could probably even get tighter than I got and make it even stronger. If you got really in tight, maybe not that tight.
But as you
But
know,
I think
because
you
you
can
shoot
get to
sports or any
right.
kind of action, there's times when you're looking through the viewfinder and you just don't know that moment's coming either. To
Right. Yeah, you don't know where the puck's going to.
you don't know. You see the slap shot. It's like, where's it going? I think
Anyway,
he did a great job, though.
Yeah, good job overall.
Yeah.
Very good.
But yeah,
Cheers.
I like that.
Cheers to you. Here we go. And now it gets personal. I'm going to actually, to make these bigger, I'm going to open them all in camera raw so I can get them the size I want to get them. All right. So there's, that's a jet. All right. Moose, this is all yours, buddy.
Well, he's done a good job. When it comes to aviation work, the 2 things I always look for is a combination of landscape and wildlife photography. What's the background, the sexiness of the light, and the action going on there. Since you're right now in ACR, you could go over to the HSL grayscale and just bring down the blue and see how instantly just changing that background by making that blue darker, how all of a sudden that the
Under the lightness.
Oh, I'm sorry. Under luminance?
luminance. Yes, sir.
You want me to bring it down?
No, you
you
still-
go
You're
the
still
other way.
saturation. Go to luminance.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. It's a long day. Now,
Hold on. Let me go fix the.
Yeah,
Hold
take
on.
saturation
Sorry.
back.
Sorry.
there we go.
There we go.
See what happens to the afterburners now. You bring it blue down.
Yeah, they're like.
and see what
Yeah.
happens
Golden.
to the smoke. So it's a very small thing, but background's everything. And I think you can see right off the bat, hit the old P key, and you can see the difference.
Yeah, boy, the afterburners really do show up now.
And even though they're very small in the frame, because the color and their brain nose are closer, that little thing makes a difference right there.
All right.
How's that? That work?
So that works. And so
Yeah, the commercial jet missile. It's those are always fun things to capture. Does it make a great picture? I don't know. This one here, with a little bit of finishing, could be really strong. I love the creative process. I mean, he had to think about this, and that's a lot of work. So, but yeah, here the blue slider again would make a difference. It'd make those clouds come back to life, and it would make things start to pop out more. See what happens?
a lot of noise coming through there now when you.
Of course. Whenever you go to fix-it mode, as you know, that's noise going to happen.
I like this one.
Yeah, it's close, it's intimate.
It looks that looks like an air to air. Am I wrong?
It probably that's smoke from a air show that he's coming through. He's probably an aerobatic performer. That's why he has
No.
a Red Bull on the plane.
Now, how important is the prop blur?
Well, that's a great question.
Are these fish sticks, Moose? Sorry.
Ouch. Prop blur is not essential. He's got some, and that's important. It's better than have it frozen. Most photographers want to go for the frozen look because they're going with a high shutter speed to get a sharp picture. And then you've taken something that's meant to move and you've frozen it, which is not a good scenario. So it works in this case.
So that one doesn't bother. Like, well, I know. I guess ideally you want the whole thing. Like you want the whole circle.
Well, here's the
I mean,
thing.
so
If
I was saying, how important is that? Because he's got like sections.
Well, if every picture has a full disc, like you're talking about, then that starts to get boring in itself too. So it's like any part of the element. Now, if you're flying into the sun, then the full disc, you'll actually see it. You're flying away from the sun, you won't see it because the prop goes black. So there's no point doing it in that scenario.
So things seem to go bad here.
Yeah, I understand where he's at. He's trying to combine elements, and they aren't going to combine because you've got 30% of the frame of ugly dead grass. I mean, that just kills the whole thing.
Yeah, it's a bad time of day for it.
Bad light. But here's the problem: most air shows aren't flown for
Sunrise or
photographers.
sunset.
They're flown for pilots.
No, that's wrong.
That's
so
wrong.
It's so wrong.
They want their sleep. It's kind of this requirement when you fly. You're wide awake. That way you don't crash.
Now, when you go on a workshop with Moose, he takes you out at sunset.
Yeah, he does. Hey, while we're talking about this, we're gonna take a short break. We're gonna come back, but before we do, can I tell you? So Moose, the reason why Moose is here today, it's not really here for today. He's here for Friday. So Friday, we're going to release Warbirds and the men that fly them. Is it the men that fly them or the men that flew them? The men that flew them. So Moose came to us with this idea to do this air-to-air shoot, and this thing evolved from really being a class about air-to-air photography. Then it kind of morphed into like a documentary, and we love that. And then now it's become like a film, and I think it's probably the most creative thing we've ever done. What's nice about it is we produce a lot of training, and we try to make our training really, really great, and we go to great lengths, which is why we were in a plane with Moose to begin with.
That's why Moose is here.
But I think it's really cool that our video crew gets to do something that is. It's a movie. It's like it's about the lives of the pilots. It's about their stories. It's about photography. It's about the planes. It's about everything. It's really. It's an amazing. So if you are a World War II buff or an aviation buff, or you just like really interesting, cool things, this Friday we're going to premiere it to the public. We're going to show it one time publicly, then it goes to Kelby One. So if you want to come and watch it, this is the page to go to. Go to kelby1.com/warbirds, and we're going to show you the trailer here. When we go into break, instead of showing a commercial, we're going to show you a trailer, and it's not a commercial because we're calling it a trailer. But anyway, here's the thing. It's free. It's this Friday night at 7 p.m. Moose is going to be there, and together, I'm just going to act as moderator, but Moose will be taking your questions, and so you'll be able to ask him questions about what you're seeing. We're going to air the entire thing this Friday night for free. It's our first Kelby Films debut of doing, and this is an idea that we had a while ago, is to be able to do things that are bigger than just teaching. Classes, and this is a bigger topic than that. I think this was the perfect topic to launch this off with, and it was Moose's idea, so I don't want to take anything from Moose but I love that our video team, we have such a great video crew here. I mean, our team, I'm so proud of them, and I don't bragging and like, well, sure, it's your team, but
there's a lot of teams on that field, shooting. It wasn't just our team. And I consider them our team because I get to work with them and they're such dear friends. But I had all these pilots come up to me afterwards and say, those are the best guys I've ever worked with.
Yep.
And these guys have worked with all the crews, all the stations, all the documentaries. And what Adam and Steve did was amazing. Of course,
I know, they're incredibly talented.
They come back from flying and Steve and Adam be like, big smiles, they'd be dancing, and it was hilarious to watch them because it was a great experience for them.
Yeah.
Well, also, they're not chicken, and I am. So Moose invited me to go to the air-to-air shoot, and Matt went in my place, and Matt described it later, and I was like, dude, I'd have blacked out in that thing because Matt told me a couple of things where I'm scared of heights. I'd have been out. Enough about me being scared. Let's take a look at the trailer for this Friday's premiere of Warbirds and the Men That Flew Them, featuring Moose Peterson. Take a look.
70 years ago, they were fighting for our freedom, and today their role is to cause people to remember that. That's rewarding work and a worthy cause, and I'm honored to be a part of it.
This is a piece of history. You're a caretaker of this airplane, whether you own it or whether you fly it. It's not something that I get to go out and do what I want to do with it because it belongs to our country. It belongs to our country's history.
You've got these amazing legends themselves, the pilots who put their love and soul in these planes, maintain them, fly them.
You're not just flying an airplane, you're flying history. And you're flying history that bought our freedom.
That's one of the things that I enjoy most about the Flying Legends Museum is they're preserving these wonderful treasures. They're honoring the men and women who flew these aircraft and the folks who flew them in combat and risked their lives to protect our country.
You know, as a youngster, I thought flying the airplane was everything. Being associated with that beautiful, shiny airplane was going to be the thing. And as I went to air shows, I realized it wasn't the airplanes, it was the guys, the veterans that came to those airplanes.
It's so important for me to capture these shots, to preserve this history. So much of it's now fading with the men and women who lived it. These planes, their battles, their times, their triumphs, their tragedies, and all what it did for this country that, you know, pretty honored to be privileged to, hard to talk about.
Dude, it's a nice trailer.
The team really knocked it out. It's great.
Yeah, I can't wait to see it myself, to see the whole. I haven't seen the whole thing yet, so I'll be watching it live with you.
I haven't seen the whole thing yet either.
You haven't?
No.
Ooh, this is going to be exciting.
It is.
Friday night. Hey, go to kelby1.com/warbirds to sign up, and they'll give you a link to where, I don't know if they send you the link right before, I don't know how they do it, but they will send you a link to where the actual broadcast will be this Friday night, 7 p.m., and by this I mean 3 days. 2 days from now.
One additional thing.
Yeah.
Image Wizards made 3 metal prints that people who sign up will be registered to win one of those metal prints that I'll autograph.
Ooh, nice.
Were they at Photoshop World? I saw a couple of them at I didn't know if they were.
One of the images was there, but it's being reprinted. So it'll be a fresh, clean.
They do awesome stuff.
They do
Their
great
stuff's like HD in real life,
Mm-hmm.
right? It's like the difference between regular TV and HD.
Well, it's actually
Their
like
stuff's-
now it's like HD and 4K.
Yeah, in 4K, yeah.
Like everybody's got HD now. It's up a step.
Hey, 2 things real quick. I'm going to be in Houston coming up here in a couple of weeks with my Shoot Like a Pro tour. And so I will be in Houston on, looks like the 26th. So the 26th. I hope you'll come and join me for my Shoot Like a Pro tour. It's going to be fun. It's going to be in Houston, and we're going to have burgers with Scott King, which is the real reason why we're going to Houston, where I thought I'm already having burgers with Scott King. I should do my seminar. But, oh, look, Scott King has the first question here to ask.
So I'm just going to jump in. I'm in Michigan 3 days after you're in Houston. So.
Livonia, right?
Yeah. It's like the first Lightroom 5 seminar I've taught in like 4 or 5 months.
Really?
So I totally redid the
freaking
workbook and everything. So
about time you get out there and do
I
some
know.
work. These guys always on
I've
vacation.
actually gotten to stay home.
I was just hearing him talking about another vacation as we're going on the air. I'm like, does Matt ever work? Hey,
No, I don't.
No. Okay. Hey, one more thing. On Monday, I got to shoot the U.S. Open Finals, men's finals, on Monday night in New York City. I'm putting a post together on exposure.so, but I'm going to show you like just 10 pictures real quick. I have 270 marked as pics, but I have to go through them. But a lot of them, I was explaining this about shooting tennis. You'll get a guy in a with a ball like right on the racket.
Yeah.
And their eyes are closed, or or it's just a weird body thing. So even though you have what's technically the thing you want to have, and you don't always have to have the ball in frame, but I mean, it's kind of like football. You like to have the ball in frame, but there's all kinds of ones, including covers of big magazines that don't have the ball in frame. But so I went and got all these, but I haven't gone through them yet because I had to go do a speaking gig yesterday, and I had to do this. I've been going for a couple of days. So real quick, I'm just going to show you on screen. I'm just going to blast you through. I got there early and shot some of the stadium empty with a fisheye and with a 16-35, because I just like the empty stadium look. And then these are during the event, jumping up in the air. Whee, look at this, going for the backhand. And then there's when it's full of people, close to sunset. And then more people close to sunset. And then hitting the ball. He won. He fell down.
Snow Angel.
Snow Angel. And then partying, super partying. I won. And then we're back to the beginning.
Very
Anyway,
cool.
just a couple to just show
Very
you
cool.
real quick there. All right. Hey, we're going to take some questions. Scott King has a question for Moose. It's about planes, and we're going to get back to the critiques. But we're going to answer a Scott King question because he's buying me a burger. And the question is, what do photographers do? Do they rent a plane for a specific time of day, and how much would that cost? Here comes the bad news, Scott.
Well, the bad news, if you do it correctly, you don't do any of those things, so it costs you nothing, except for being a professional and delivering the goods. But you don't go flying with someone you've never flown before, because if things go bad, you don't walk away from them. So you only fly with people you know. So you don't rent a plane or rent a pilot. It's well choreographed long before you get to that point.
You know, yesterday, I don't know where I was, Moose, but I saw somebody that did like a handbook of aviation like moves for air to air.
Oh yeah?
I just saw it yesterday. I wish I'd marked it. Actually, I might have put it in Flipboard yesterday.
Because we're actually in production on one right now.
Yeah, somebody had a like a guide sheet. Like, here's moves that you do for aerial photography.
Yeah,
I'd
yeah.
never seen one before. I didn't. So, but
They're actually
Flipboard.
scripted. I mean, air-to-air photography started long before something like me came along to take pictures for the fun of it. It was very much in the development, and a lot of military stuff was done. Air-to-air is testing for everything from the way it flies to the way it maneuvers as far as military.
Now, Moose, going back to Scott's question, I sat in your class and I heard your whole speech on how to be able to do air-to-air without, like you said, if you do it right.
Correct.
Right, and you did a whole thing on that in your class. But
Right.
but if you wanted to rent a plane, and then you can't just rent one plane.
No, it's two planes.
You have to rent two planes, one that you're shooting from, and then the plane that you're shooting. What would that cost for someone that doesn't have all the, doesn't know
You're
the
probably
secret?
going to start off right off the bat at about $750, $1,000, just from the get-go. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, would you have? I know it's a very open-ended question, but would you have a tip for somebody that wanted to get into aviation photography?
Oh, sure.
And they can't, I can't afford to go out and spend $1,000 right now on trying to rent these planes to build a portfolio.
Well,
Is
understand,
there anything
I don't
that they
have
can do?
$1,000 to rent either, so I don't go that way. I mean, paying for them is kind of almost insulting. But
Yeah.
this tip is simple. First, seriously, watch the class here on Kelby Training on aviation photography air shows. I have one out there that kind of goes through all these things. But the basic tip is you have to understand that, and pilots know this, they have huge egos. Okay, I mean, they have massive egos, and they make fun of it. They have their own songs about it, so it's not like some hidden secret.
Yeah.
So how do you stroke someone's ego? You show them a beautiful picture of themselves. So that means you go to the air show, you take that beautiful picture, you make that gorgeous print, and you hand it to them. And it's the biggest business card you can possibly ever imagine. I mean, planes are in giant buildings, right? Those hangars, they have big walls. They like big prints. That's how I got in there. I have an Epson 7900. I print a lot, and I take on big prints. Here's one for you. At Photoshop World, I got an email. A pilot wanted a picture of his plane. And I said, okay, we can do prints, because I didn't know where it was going. He wanted a print that's 28 feet by 18 feet for the inside of his hangar.
A billboard, basically.
And I said, we could do it.
Yeah.
We did it. I mean, so that's how big they want. Now, keep in mind that making a print that big took an image, the content, that all the parts come together as a gorgeous picture. Then technically, all your technical stuff to the camera and in the computer, everything turned out perfectly. So when they made this big print, right, it turns out gorgeous.
That's awesome.
So seriously, just hand them the big print of that gorgeous image, and it all falls into place. Yeah.
Hey, Moose, if you're at a party, how do you know if there's a pilot there?
How do you know?
They'll tell you. Okay, here we go. We're on. That's an old pilot joke. My wife's a pilot, so I can tell pilot jokes. There we go. Okay. That's actually a picture of Matt. Those are Matt's abs. Not bad stuff.
That's a pretty strong portfolio. Just a lot of little nits.
Yeah, little stuff, but overall, good stuff. Lighting looks good. Pretty dramatic. I didn't turn my phone under silent, did I?
Wasn't me.
That
Wasn't me.
It doesn't.
For once.
I got the memo.
For once in like
My wife just
2
sent
months.
me a text. She says, she's talking about your pilot jokes.
Yes.
My wife's a pilot, Moose, and she goes, I don't like where this is going. I got the joke from her. Here we go. So anyway, yeah, good. Just good job. Good stuff. Keep it going. I would say that you have a little bit much headroom in the
Yeah, I
portraits.
was just thinking.
You
Yeah.
got a little bit too much room above here. Now, if you're doing them for a magazine, they're probably fine.
Yeah.
But even magazines now, they would run the head over the nameplate.
And you know why he might have too much headspace? He could have a viewfinder that's not 100%. So he's putting the head in the top of the frame, but the camera is.
Yeah.
Yeah, almost all of them have it too.
It's kind of uniform, yeah.
Yeah, this one. No, that one's done all
No,
right.
that one's good.
And this one's, of course, good.
Yeah.
All right, so good job. Whoever you are, good job. We haven't really been mean to anybody. We need to really get somebody that's just awful. Won't be this one.
Tweet.
Can I make a statement about this?
No,
Okay.
Matt can. Of course you can. It's your show.
You know
Matt.
what it is? These are not bad at all. And they're not really good at all either. They're okay. They're all okay. This is a nice shot. That's a nice shot. That's okay.
I have a saying about these.
That's okay. What?
Your landscape pictures shouldn't say I was here. They need to say you need to be here.
Yeah.
None of these make me feel like I need to be there.
Yeah. This one is probably the best because it's a really
clouds.
beautiful sky.
Yeah.
But that's not that uncommon unless you live in Pittsburgh. Just kidding, Pittsburgh. Just a joke. And this is kind of, they're all like, okay. They're technically, the exposures are good. Mm-hmm. They're just all kind of, they're okay. Mm-hmm. You know what you're doing.
Most of them could be helped with like a minus third of a stock exposure too.
Yeah.
They're all just a tad on the bright
Yeah,
side.
Yeah,
the
they're all
snowy,
tied
the
right.
snowy one I think could go.
Yeah, this one could just go all together. There's too much junk going
Footprints
on.
and
The left
branches,
side.
Yeah,
and it's
branches
not good.
and
Like it's
stuff
not
and
good
over here.
anything.
Yeah, this one could go, but overall they're just okay. So I think what would really help you are stronger subjects, like in other words, don't just shoot around your neighborhood. And number two is shoot in better light, because better light will take okay location and make it a whole lot better. So they're all fine. They're nothing.
See, I think you could put this person into a better location and they make good pictures.
Yeah.
I don't think exposure and all that stuff is their
Yeah,
problem.
they got that stuff down. It's really, you're just not shooting super good stuff. Here we go. Let's see what we got.
Cheating.
Cheating. All right, you're shooting really cute kids, so that's cheating. Okay, these are not cute kids, but you know what I mean. They're still cute. All right, so this is kind of the same thing.
Well,
In that they're good pictures, but they're good pictures because they're cute kids.
yeah, but that one's got the burnout background.
Yeah, this background is way too bright. It draws your eye over here.
The kid in the swing's got the line going through their head like they're on a skewer.
Kid on a skewer. That's pretty bad.
That one's the bright background.
Over here.
Bright hat. Yeah, that's
Yeah, that needs to be.
yeah.
We shouldn't be looking behind and to the left of the thing you're supposed to see. And I'm doing this really quickly, so it looks kind of lame. And then over here, you could actually use the opposite. I'm going to go back and adjust the brightness. It's too bright. But you want me to be looking at him.
Yep.
And so. But he's not looking up. He's not doing anything particularly.
Yeah.
You're basically relying all on is a cute kid. And so when I say it's similar to the last one, they're all right. They're okay pictures. They're not bad. Your subjects are a lot better, but it's all kind of okay. You're missing a lot of the little things, like he's in dappled light. Dappled light means his arm is lit over here. There's a little bit here. There's some on his hat. He shouldn't be in dappled light. He should be all in the shade. You shouldn't have bright areas and dark areas.
Well, the photographer's not really taking any risk either. It's going to the safe subject and not really pushing their photography.
Yeah.
I mean, that should have been flash fill, underexposed, ambient light, and a simple click it's done with. So
These are just all cute kid shots and cute family shots. I mean, they're fine, but I think what you need to do is I think you just need to be more tuned in to the little stuff that makes a big difference. Getting more separation from the background would help a lot. You have it here, and it looks like you're maybe shooting an 85-1.4 or an 85-1.8, where his nose is in focus and his eyes in focus, but his ear just a couple inches back is completely out of focus. I would go with more of that stuff.
but those eyes were pretty dark in that last one.
Yeah, considering it's in the day.
That's what bothers me. They're dark.
Yeah, you know what it is? Go to 500px and look at photos of infants and little kids, and you'll see some like stunning light and beautiful locations and things, and you'll go, oh, that's where I was That's what I need to be looking at. You got the kids part down. Now get the kids someplace interesting, and then worry about the little parts. Worry about the things that matter, putting the background out of focus, getting a really great expression. This isn't a bad expression, but it's kind of a blank expression. It's just kind of like,
I think aside from the one kid laughing, they all are kind of.
yeah, they're just kind of, the expression is like, can't see the
Like,
baby's eyes.
you got the pumpkin shot. So dappled light, I know we don't want dappled light. If that kid had a great pose and a great smile and was doing something really great, we wouldn't care about the light on his arm.
Yeah, because the gesture overrides all the technical stuff.
Yeah.
But since there's not a good gesture, now all we have is technical stuff. So you got to work on that a little bit. Let's see what we got.
That's a small picture.
That is a small picture. Thank you for noticing. There are no small pictures, just small thumbnails. Sorry, just kidding. That was really dumb. All right, here we go. These are taken by RG3, the quarterback of the Redskins, who was having an abysmal season. It's only the first game.
Darn it.
Mr. Moose?
He's got some strong ideas. He's a little more carry through. The Stingray, that's probably the one I like the best, but even the top of him is a little bit overexposed for me, but I love the world it's in. I mean, that's just very cool.
Yeah.
The field shot, the field is way too bright, so it's kind of a common thread. I just like to see a little more sexy light.
Get to the field shot. Hold on.
You can do that one. The clouds he yanked them down too far for me, but I love the feel of the rest of it. That field shot, I mean, the light going from every flower is the same tonality, so there's no visual depth, there's no topography. So you got this really bright sunset set of flowers, and you got a sunset in the background. Something's going on there, right? Because you don't have a bright foreground with a sunset.
Something's going on.
So I kind of like this one. It's kind of a mood.
It's crooked.
It's crooked.
Yeah, even California doesn't slant that much.
So you know a little trick for people if they're not, because there really isn't a horizontal line to straighten that by, but if you just drag it along one of the trees.
You want another trick? It may not work. Double click right on the...
Yeah. There you go.
Just double click right on the tool.
On the level tool. Yep.
Now, if you try it's not working, it only means that you don't have the latest version of Camera Raw, which means you may have an older version of Photoshop. And lastly?
The sky's too bright. It's taken away from the mood. A split gray on the top, something would help that. I mean, he's seeing really cool things, and he's getting himself into cool places. He just needs to do a little bit of extra finishing both at the camera and in the post. He's doing a good job. Yeah.
When you said yank the clouds down on that waterfall shot.
Yeah, he hit the...
I know what you mean, but...
Yeah, it's all muddy, so clouds don't get muddy like that.
Crank the highlight slider down
Probably.
or whatever it was.
Or he used like a tonal contrast thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I have a great trick for that problem happening in clouds.
What's that?
Let's say that you want to add tonal contrast. So you run a NIC plugin or On1 software's got a really nice tonal effects plugin. Run it on a layer, and it automatically appears on a layer. And then change the layer blend mode to lighten, and it gets rid of the black stuff in the clouds.
The mud, yeah.
It'll
Does a
keep
great
it.
job.
It'll keep it on the rest of your photo, but the sky fixes itself.
I've done that.
So.
It works very well.
All right.
Blend modes. People
So
don't know about
overall, what would you tell this photographer they need to work on, Mr. Moose?
I think he just needs to be a little more nitpicky on the finishing, I think. Otherwise, I think he's doing a good job.
All righty.
Yeah.
It's going pretty easy for everybody today. Let's see what we got here. And then there's this one.
No.
No.
Not so much.
No.
Awkward. No.
No.
I like that
Yeah,
one.
that's one. There's the one out of there that's okay. I'm not crazy about the composition, the way they cut the letters off at the bottom and the way they cut the letters off at the top. But what's going for this shot is reasonable composition and a nice sky, nice light, right time of day.
It's a good
Colors,
graphic.
yeah.
It's a good graphic, yeah.
Yeah, but
No, he's not telling me where to look. He just like kind of threw it up and hoped that I liked it. I just not
Vistas
saying,
are
look
tough.
here. Oh yeah, especially at night.
Yeah, vistas are. I used to think I wanted to get up high. Like I used to think you want to get up high and you want to get the shot of the beautiful vista. But
I mean,
the more I see stuff like that, the more I realize you like you just said, you don't know where to look. It's just almost too
that's
much.
a graveyard, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a green graveyard. It just kind of seems odd.
Actually, it's green and yellow.
Yeah.
And there's so much bright stuff. I mean, it's
I don't
just,
know what's going on here.
It's a fox with a bad molt that's scratching the dead hair off.
Go to 500px and type in the word fox.
Four-legged.
Bad stream. The stream, actually, anything interesting is down there.
and it's
And this is
harsh.
too much foreground. We like foreground, but this is...
My problem is this green water.
Green water's not good either.
Green water.
Oh, green water, keep on rolling.
Oh, you can get it through temperature, but
Yeah, I was going to think, I think it's too far gone.
yeah.
It's too far gone. All right. You know what would help you, I think? It's not necessarily camera technique. It's not like you need a different lens or you need a different f-stop. You need to look at more good images. You need to go to like 500px, and I keep using them because it's a great place to go, or Pinterest or wherever you like, and look at a lot of wildlife images and look at what you're supposed to be aiming for. Because if you knew what a great shot of a fox would look like, you never would have sent this in. You don't really know what makes a good image yet. You're kind of hunting, pecking around. Is this any good? Is this okay? What do you think of this one? And they're all kind of, eh. So I think what you're missing is not camera stuff. It's vision stuff. It's like, what would make a really good...
And I guarantee you showed that to your friends.
Yeah, and they're like,
and they probably
that's pretty
loved
good.
it.
Because they probably have a cell phone camera and they're never going to get this close to a fox.
Well, I would go check out Jay Maisel because this picture is a great one because, I mean, light, color, gesture. Okay, so light's okay, color's okay. The gesture absolutely sucks.
Yeah, it's terrible.
And without the threesome, no matter what you photograph, that threesome can make things better. So the gesture, in this one, the guy on the bench, that bench guy, he bugs me. His head, it's like, what's he thinking? It's dark. That just kind of bugs me.
There's nothing.
See his hand, the whole
We're going
thing.
to roll on. Unfortunately, I think you're not sure what makes a good picture, so you're just kind of shooting whatever. This person, I think, knows what makes a good picture. Oh, hey, I'm sorry. Well, we'll take a break after this one. Sorry, I got distracted. We're going to look at this one real quick, and then we'll take a break. Brad's angry because I didn't take the break at the right time. And when he gets angry, it's not good.
Well, these are strong images all the way through.
Yep. Interesting gestures, interesting lighting, nice treatment in black and white, interesting subjects.
Well, I think it's a strong use of no background.
Yeah.
He's got a black background. And to pull it off in 5 consecutive pictures, that's not easy. That's a challenge in itself.
You know what I like? They're very, very different subjects, but the same photographer took them all.
Oh, yeah,
They
there's
have
no
a nice theme.
Same feel.
Yep, good on you. Hey, that didn't take long. Good job. How's that? Okay, we're going to take a short break. When we come back, we're going to be looking at more images. We're trying to get through as many as we can in the time allotted, which is not a whole bunch more. It's 15 more minutes or whatever. So stick around. We're going to be right back. We got Moose here live on the grid, and we're taking your questions if you ever send in one.
Create a better website at squarespace.com. Start your free trial today.
MPix Pro, the full-service online photography lab, helping you grow your business with pro-quality photo products and stellar services. Get started at mpixpro.com.
Hey, we're back. We're live. It's Photo Critique Day. We have Ski Doggy.
Hola.
Who is clearly Hispanic.
In Spanish today.
You're Spanish today.
It's the only word I know,
that.
but
You only need one. Hola.
And one's enough.
yep.
Moose Peterson.
Hi, folks.
Cool guy. And hey, just want to mention.
And we have I think we have our biggest studio audience ever.
Yeah, I think we have like, what, 3 people? 4?
4.
Seven?
I don't know who's sitting here.
I see
Julio
Michelle,
does
my
not
wife,
count. Julio doesn't count.
Kathy,
I'm so distracted.
Jim. Hello, everybody. Tanya.
Yeah.
Wow,
They're all over the place.
This is quite a lot.
It's the most people we've ever had watch.
I'm glad I didn't realize there were that many people. It's dark out there in the rest of the studio. If I'd have realized, I would have been freaked out. Hey,
I'm scared.
Just want to mention, I want to invite you to be a part of my worldwide photo walk. It is coming up on October 11th, all around the world. We have, as you can see, 820 cities already signed up all around the world. We have coming up on 10,000 photo walkers, and we want you to join us. There's all kinds of fun, all kinds of prizes. It's completely free. It's the largest social photography event in the world. It's 30 days from now. Hey, the T-shirts, I think, went on sale today, right? Brad, didn't the T-shirts go on sale? The official photo walk T-shirts? Brad says yes, and with a big, he really seemed very confident when he said it, and that's reassuring. So you can go get, and 100% of the profits from the T-shirts goes to the Springs of Hope Orphanage. Is that you or me?
No, it's you.
No, it's not. Mine's look.
Matt.
That's yours, bro.
I would never.
Mine's on.
You turn it back on.
Never.
Busted.
Busted.
You're going to hear about this afterwards.
Anyway, go to
almost expect it now.
Kelby1/photo walk. Sign up, find if there's a city near you. It's so much fun. It's 2 hours on that Saturday. You walk around, you have fun. Watch the video, it explains it all, but it's our 7th annual one. We would love to have you be a part of it. A couple questions real quick before we get into the Moose questions. Dan asked a question. Debbie asked a question. Dan asks, is there an East Coast Photoshop World next year? Debbie says, what are the dates and locations for the 2015 Photoshop World? There will be one Photoshop World next year. We're combining both shows to make a mega show. It will be in Las Vegas. The dates are August 10th through 13th. So it's a little earlier than we normally do. A lot of educators that can't go because it's in September will be able to come and join us.
I'm already getting emails from people that are excited.
Oh, yeah. Like the dates, I think, are terrific.
Yeah.
We're going to be in Las Vegas at the Mandalay Bay again next August, so almost a year from now. And there is no East Coast, so we're just
perhaps
all
the hottest time of year
we're
there.
all going West Coast. Dude, it was hot in September. It's
Yes,
not like
it was.
2 weeks later, it was like, oh, it's glorious.
It's
It was
even
just
hotter.
days ago.
But we stay inside 90% of the time unless you go with Moose to Hoover Dam. All right.
Hey, it was only 72 in the dam
Oh, it's nice
because we were
inside.
inside.
The inside the dam is a good choice.
Inside.
Ready to look at some more pictures, Mr. Moose?
Let's go.
Guess what? We got aviation shots.
Great topic.
WestJet. That's a Warbird right there, buddy.
Yes, it is a B-25.
More WestJet.
WestJet. Is that a Mirage?
No, 18.
All right. That's an FA-18 Hornet?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
No, it's super. I don't. You know what? I'm not up on modern military like I should.
You're an old military
I'm an old guy.
You are.
I
You're
am.
like, what, 100? Here we go. All right, Moose, what do you think, buddy? We'll start here.
Okay, so simple thing, light and bright. It's taking your eye away right away from that plane. So
You're looking over here.
Yep. So that plane needs to be lit in post. Easy to do in ACR. Takes seconds to do, and that's what needs to be done. The cloud's okay, but again, light and bright's taking our eye away from the pilot. And the pilot's the cool part. You can see right through the B-25 and see them. So it just needs some little retouching and refinishing.
I'm going to ask you a question. It may seem very, very broad. Is it better to have clouds in the shot or not clouds in the shot?
Clouds, I think, are essential in the shot. You know why?
Why?
When we look up at a plane, it's always above us, right?
Right.
What's behind them? Clouds. So put a cloud in there, and you instantly know the plane's flying. But they got to be the right clouds.
Yeah, not these clouds, right?
I just thought I better, yeah.
Sorry.
Seriously, it's been all day.
I know.
I can't escape it on the show.
That was our
I
first
did that.
one.
I did an interview at a Photoshop World, and I did a Bill Fortney impression.
Where were you, young man?
And then they said, do you have a Moose impression? I did the laugh.
That's a joke, everybody. I like to do my laugh around the office. Kind of echoes, goes around. Yeah.
You can hear it as Moose walks
Yes.
by. What do we think of the FA-18 taking off that day?
Not a fan.
Yeah.
You know, half the picture is nothing. That's a problem. Whole top half.
Yeah. And this one?
It's a good idea. I mean, for Memorial Day, it's a great blog post kind of picture, especially, you know, you want to talk about allies. But there's no connection with the skydiver because we're not seeing them.
Yeah. If you had any, what advice would you give this photographer?
keep doing what he's doing. He's on the right path. Just get more fanatical about the light. Even though we're shooting aircraft, light is still the cornerstone of great photography. You got to have that great light.
There you go. Mr. Moose. Let's see, we have one. There's one. There's one. So you know what is nice? They have a lot of nice light here, actually. Even the one that's in the sun, I think the shadow plays an important role, and it actually looks kind of good.
You know, it's kind of interesting. It's quite a spectrum. Modern, old, ancient. I mean, that's kind of a nice looking portfolio from that point of view.
Yeah.
I like the mood here. I don't understand it,
moody.
but I like the mood. That's kind of cool.
Pretty light.
The horizon,
A little bright.
little darker, but
This one,
yeah, he's made that whole topography flat. There's no character to the landscape.
yeah, it's kind of. I like atmospheric stuff.
It needs a black. We're missing black.
We have a tip for that.
Well, please share the tip.
Shift, double click on the box.
Oh yeah,
Or just double. Does it double?
does auto if you shift, but it's showing 0. Here's the whites. See, if you shift double click on the whites, it does auto white balance. If you shift double click on the blacks, it does.
Okay, so look.
I mean auto levels, but it's
Right.
not thinking it needs
But
blacks.
look what happened to the blacks when you did the whites.
Yeah,
It helped.
a little bit of clarity wouldn't kill anybody either.
Nope. I mean, that's the key of black and whites. A clean black and a clean white.
Yeah.
Clean black, clean white. I like this shot.
I do.
And I
Yeah,
can't
do
even
too.
describe why. It's just kind of interesting.
I actually like to face the clock.
Yeah, I do too.
I really do.
Yeah, that's so they got some cool stuff. You're,
Probably darken the ground a little bit, but
yeah, it's picky stuff. Not bad. Not bad. You're not killing it. You're not bad. You're on the right path, as Moose says. That's interesting.
A wind farm out in the ocean.
Lighthouse, right? Mm-hmm. Long exposure lighthouse in daylight. Long exposure, not a lighthouse. I like the last one.
I think it's a solid body. The sailboat's essential in that one.
Yeah, the sailboat makes it interesting, I think.
Yeah.
the scale.
What's happening?
I don't know. I felt like an earthquake was going
Your
on.
screen is moving.
That was unique.
Did you go in slideshow mode or something?
I don't know, maybe.
It's the bridge slideshow mode that nobody ever even knew was there.
What do you think, Moose, overall?
I don't like the rock. It stops everything.
Yeah, I like the good foreground, but you're right. It keeps you from the
I
rest
kind
of
of
the photo.
feel like if you moved over to the left, it could be a cool shot. No, I don't even think you can.
You can't do it that way. Yeah, you had to physically move.
I was hoping.
You're saying the camera going left?
Yeah.
And putting that rock more on the right?
Even putting the rock more right, or
Yeah.
even take it out of frame, or what? But
And to be honest with you, I would probably go do that and not include the sailboat. I think the
because
rocks have got.
You have some nice golden light on those rocks up front.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a bad picture. It's just too much sky. Number one, it's cut in half as well.
Well, the contrail's definitely not helping.
Yeah, the contrail's not helping anything, is it?
That's the old shift clone tool trick.
Are you gonna find a way to use content aware move? Oh, I thought you were gonna content aware move it.
Content aware move doesn't work.
Try it.
Oh, come on.
You don't even know where it is. I don't even know where it is anymore.
Hold on, it's somewhere in here.
It's the little squiggly one. Well, it's not gonna work when you put over the horizon line.
that tool's just for fun. All right, so not bad. I like this one.
I like the last one. Yeah,
That's my favorite. That's just interesting. You know what I like? I love where he stood to take this shot. I like the way the two shacks kind of. It's got a real graphic appeal to it. I like the colors.
Can I see it without the driveway in it? Like, can you crop it?
Can I crop it?
I'm just curious to see if it helps.
And the dead grass on the far left. I think that makes it
That's
stronger.
better. It's better.
Yep.
But you're finding interesting things to be in front of, and that's the key. The rest of it you can do.
Yeah.
You can do it.
You can do it.
All right.
I think photographers, no matter where they are in their craft, need to understand that they're never there in their craft because there is no there. So you just keep moving forward. And so that's the key. Give yourself time. Move forward.
Patrick Wormsley just wrote in, best moose moment. Photographing birds on the coast in Tampa, and a woman sees him doing it and decides to walk right through his shot anyway, and she scares off the bird. Moose bit his tongue and ended the filming. That's Tampa courtesy. I came out to your Tampa thing, didn't I?
Yes, you did. Years
Remember?
ago.
Yeah, that was fun. All right, Moose, let's look on screen and see what
Normally
we've got.
he just takes out his gun. And...
This is actually a shot of Matt before he has his coffee in the morning.
It's true.
He's very hairy. He toughs it all in and comes to work. People don't realize it. If you take off the shirt here, it's unbelievable.
The things that come out on the grid.
Huh.
Moose has a name for these.
Why is there a yellow line in that picture still?
Oh, why is there like a highway line?
Why?
Good point.
Why?
Life is a highway.
Yeah, I'm going to ride it all night long.
You know, this is a game of realities and perceptions, and the realities don't always need to be there. You know, it's pretty strong images, just little things.
Yeah, this is a good photographer. One of the best from today, for sure.
I see like 3 that need a black and a white point adjustment. Like that next one needs it big time.
Yeah, this one, it looks just flat. So let's do double click on white, double click on black.
Pull the highlights back maybe.
Look at the water. It made a difference in that water. I like that.
And maybe pump up the contrast a little bit.
Yeah.
It's a good graphic.
So here's the difference. It looked really flat.
He's hitting the P key for those people who don't know.
Yeah, it's
But
P
yeah,
for
just
preview.
that. I mean, it's...
Yeah.
Yeah. This one, Moose, that's a great point. That yellow line is no business in this country road.
Not at all.
And that's a nice shot with all the God
It
beams
is.
coming through.
It's a really nice, it's very well done.
How do we feel about this? This is nice. It needs a...
The thing on the right corner is driving me nuts, whatever that is down there.
I just hit auto.
This stuff right down
Yeah,
there.
that's where it's about to be gone. Don't worry.
Because there's a nice line, all of a sudden, otherwise, I think it's cool trees.
So to take a look here, we just tweaked it a little in camera raw.
Yeah, he brought snap to it.
And then we're going to go over here and we're going to use content aware fish. Okay, could it work any worse than that?
Yep.
That's terrible. All right, so let's do this. Let's just get
I didn't see, did you have color clicked when you did it?
I got to go look. When I did content aware fill,
Yeah.
you up top? Hold on.
Color adaptation.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Not so much.
Not so much.
Sometimes it does work better though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's new. Here we go.
Now you
Well,
got it.
I sampled in the wrong
There you go.
place.
There you go. You're not going to go all the way across.
Yeah, that's
but
not
it helps.
beautiful, but you get the idea. It would be much better without that junk.
Yeah. It's a nice line.
And a better cloning job. Sorry about that. Your image deserves more. Nice job though. Good photographer. Probably one of the best of the day. Nice little turquoise image here at the end too. Turquoise pano. Turquoise pano. Turquoise pano could use
Black.
some blacks in it.
Haven't figured out I'm a big fan of black. There you go. He's got a good eye. Just do a little refining. You'll go far.
Yeah,
Nicely
little bit of
done.
post.
Nicely done.
Well done. Is your landscape class up? Your how to edit, like how to post-process landscape classes? I know you teach it at Photoshop World.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should see. All right. Moose.
It will be.
Eagle, fly like an eagle.
With a glow.
With a glow.
Nothing
Look
but a
at
turkey
the glow.
on a dead tree. I don't like the gesture at all. Gesture is everything, and I don't like that one.
Well, the glow isn't helping either. There's a white glow. It's a glowing eagle. I want
Yeah.
to glow like an eagle.
Blue skies are a bad thing for a black and white subject, and the bald eagle's a black and white subject.
Glow like an eagle.
And I understand, this might have been the first time they got to see a bald eagle. They got close to it, and you're going to shoot it no matter what. But a dead stick, and you know what I think about
Dead stick. Not good.
stumps and sticks.
Stumps
not
and
my
sticks.
thing, man.
No.
So now I kind of like the little wisp that's off on the horizon. I just think that some of that grass isn't helping, but I love the feel. The reflection of the cloud in the water is pretty cool.
Yeah, it's got a great reflection.
But there's something just not homogeneous in there. Something.
I just tweaked it a little bit in
The
camera
clouds,
raw.
You help the clouds in the top left corner, which is one of my contentions too. That's a
It
magical
just
moment.
looks a little flat.
Yeah.
A little flat.
So does that. It needs black.
And this also, it's way flat looking, which is very common, but it's also not long enough exposure on the water to look good, unfortunately.
Yeah, I kind of committed between soft and sharp.
Yeah, if you're going to go soft, go really soft, or vice versa.
You know what I do in these scenarios?
Ooh.
I shoot a whole series of shutter speeds, and then I look in the LCD, and then I commit to the best shutter speed for that scenario.
For that one.
Because they're never the same.
So, Moose, what would you tell this photographer besides don't shoot the dead stick? Dead stick.
I would tell them to take a deep breath and wait a second and see what comes out, because their excitement has taken over their photographic logic.
Your excitement has taken over your photographer. Just a couple more. We're going to have to roll out of here.
I always
Photographic
people always say, well, like,
logic.
what's the shutter speed for shooting a waterfall? And there is no shutter speed because the water flow is different. But I bracket everything, and that way you get like 4 or 5 different shutter speeds of it.
And then when I get the shutter speed I like, I'm gonna shoot 20 or 30 of it, because you're not photographing water, you're photographing bubbles. Every time I say that, McNally starts laughing, but you're photographing bubbles, and they never come the same pattern. So sometimes I'll take 3 or 4 patterns and I'll make one out of that.
You know what it's time for? Breaky break. Snoop breaky break.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just saw Brad put a giant break on the screen.
You said you were only going to do a couple more, and I just finished typing that and didn't want to waste it.
Oh. It's the end of the show. I think we just knock through them.
All right, we'll just knock through them.
That was a quick break.
Well, you know what? The break's only 30 seconds. Let's take a 30-second break.
This
Here we
one's
go.
gonna be
Ready?
like 3 minutes.
Tell them go to break. Do the thing.
Ready?
Break.
Break. Oh, you want me to break?
We all know the difference a great teacher makes. They inspire you, challenge you, and push you to do the things you never thought you could. For creatives, that means you've got to know your tools inside and out, whether it's Photoshop or photography, lighting or Lightroom, InDesign or After Effects. And while there are free videos out there, you have to watch 30 bad ones just to find a decent one. And a lot of times, the techniques are either outdated, complicated, or just plain wrong. What we need is a better way to learn. One that connects amazing teachers with creative people all over the world, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. A thriving educational community with nothing but the most talented, engaging, and respected teachers in the industry. Then we simplify the whole learning process with short, clear, concise classes. That's exactly what we've created for you right here at Kelby One.
Hey, we're back. It's contest time. Contest time! You want to win some stuff? What are we giving away today? Jared Foster's book?
Jared Foster, Storytellers, a Photographer's Guide to Developing Themes and Creating Stories with Pictures.
With pictures. That's good for photographers. And we're also going to give away a signed copy of Moose's book, the best book ever written on landscape photography. Wildlife photography, landscape. Sorry. I actually edited the book, so, captured. Seriously, all joking aside, I'm not just saying this because you're here, because I've said it to everybody. Anytime anybody asks me about shooting wildlife, I always go, get Moose Peterson's book. And they're like, but what? Just get Moose Peterson's book. Read his book, and then we'll talk. It's that good. You did an absolutely wonderful job.
Thank
and
you.
it's filled with just amazing images as well. All right, we're going to look at a couple more, but the contest, to enter the contest to win this prize or a ticket to Matt's seminar in Livonia or my seminar in Houston, go to thekelby1.com/webcasts/contest. When you get there, choose the grid, put in your name, your email, leave us a comment. The comment would be what you want to win. So if you say, I want to win Moose's book, I want to win the Storyteller's book, I want to go to Houston seminar, I want to go to Matt's seminar, whatever, in Livonia, let us know what you want to win, and we'll pick winners, at some point and maybe tell you. All right. Let's look at these. We got just a couple quick last ones I want to look at. This is kind of different stuff than we've seen today. So it looks like kind of a little bit of street photography and A little bit of, yeah, I would call it street photography.
And somebody who's found black.
Yeah, they have enough. We were just talking on the break. Moose was just saying that so many people, they're afraid to add blacks to their photo. And they're afraid to add it because of noise.
Yeah.
But actually adding black hides noise. So
yeah.
A lot of the pictures we've seen today, I would have to say that a lot of the problems were that they're flat looking. They don't have enough contrast. You add contrast by either moving the contrast slider, or increasing the whites and increasing the whites and increasing the blacks. They go different directions. Okay, so overall, I think that this is kind of it's street photography, which is very hard. I like my favorite one's this one.
I like the lady.
Yeah, the lady's interesting too. It's just interesting. Looks like you're inside someone's home, and plus, she's a lady.
Well, you see a reflection also on the right, and she's got an interesting gesture. I think it's,
yeah, that's cool. It's cool. I like it with shadows open.
She's got the I'm going to walk down the stairs look.
She does. She's totally.
She looks like you didn't do something right look.
So
I've seen that before.
Pretty good stuff.
Yeah.
Just a couple more here. Let's see what we got. A pano of an uninteresting skyline, and it gets worse.
Ouch.
Oh. Matt.
I call that picture of blue canoe cut off. Like, what would make you put just that much into the bottom corner of the frame?
Not to be nasty, because I like to encourage people, but all these photographs seem like personal memories that should have stayed personal. They shouldn't be shared. They're not there yet.
Yeah, these are like, I was in that town and I took that picture, and it's good for your Facebook page.
Yeah, I mean, cityscapes look sunrise, sunset, at night, if you're going to go cityscape.
Well, the one symmetry shot isn't real true symmetry because it's off. It's not level. So then the symmetry doesn't come through. That one there is...
This is probably the most interesting, and it's still not good.
Is that from Photoshop World?
I don't know.
The guy bowling?
I don't remember movies playing at Photoshop World.
That's true. I mean, I love the clouds and stuff in the last one. It's just I wish it were in a different place.
The clouds? Oh, these clouds, yeah. Yeah, you know what? I think you're coming into that same, you need to look at more photographers' work. You need to go look at what makes a good landscape, what makes a good, go to 500px, type in cityscape, and you'll go, oh. In fact, can we just, don't show my screen yet.
What city? I wonder what city
I'll tell you
that
when.
is.
Let's see.
But when you go to 500 pic, use that as ideas. Don't go and copy everything.
Yeah, don't go copy them. But
yeah.
Hey, even if you want to copy them to learn, just to figure out how to do it,
see, bag engineering is a great thing to do. Definitely.
I'm always a fan of that. Not copying, but I'm always a fan of. I always think back to guitar. You know, when I learned guitar, I learned from playing other people's songs. And when I could play somebody else's song well, I thought I was good.
Sure.
And then the more you learn to play other people's songs, the more you develop your own style.
Exactly.
You like something from this person, like something. Cityscapes.
Cityscape.
Ooh, I like that waterfall.
I know that waterfall right on the front page is just beautiful. Let's find a nice cityscape. Well, that's not fair to use Paris, right?
Pull up one of. I don't think that's Portland, but Portland has a similar bridge. So pull up one of Portland. It's got a kind of a similar bridge, or just.
Oh, I just said Portland, not Portland cityscape. Sorry. Yeah, it does kind of look like Portland from the other side of the bridge.
Space.
Yeah.
Yeah, cityscape. This is why I don't want them showing my screen until I get it figured out. This one's...
That's close.
Yeah.
Nope.
This one's... Well, this isn't really that great, but it's way better than the other one. We're just looking at a few here. You want to just look with us? You can show my screen. We're looking at, I think any one of these is better, but... Here's nice Portland morning. It's a Portland morning with some ugly trees. This part's looking good. What happened over here?
The thumbnail looked a lot better.
So now we're gone to the random searching images on the net critique session.
Yeah, we should probably. Yeah, how about the bottom? I was going to say, well, yeah, there you go.
There we go. There, okay. All right. So this is. I'm not going to critique it, but Go look at 500px, search around, and this is not a bad shot. You can probably find even better ones, but this is certainly, that was a pretty decent shot. All right, we got to wrap this up. What else we got? We just got like 2 more I was hoping here. Oh, I haven't learned how to use levels. This is, again, flat looking. I can tell you, I'm not even talking about the composition. It just looks flat. Flat.
That would be real dynamic if it wasn't flat.
Yeah, you know what? I actually like all of them so far. It's just...
They're all flat. It's a post-processing problem. If only there was a class.
If only.
Matt.
If only.
Now, on the flip side, they could be going for the pastel look, and that's not working either.
I like that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do too.
That's a great find.
I love the backlight.
Yeah.
Strong backlight.
I like that a lot, actually.
But the arranging of all the elements is really well done there.
Yeah. This is a good photographer who doesn't really know how to post-process yet.
It's seriously, it's whites and blacks.
Yeah, seriously. Hold Shift key.
And here's the key thing.
Double click here.
These people should be hearing the three of us
Double-click here.
saying the same thing and realize it's that important that we all use this. This is not...
It needs more.
Yeah.
I think I'd even go to contrasting.
I would have gone to clarity.
Clarity would help too.
Mm-hmm. People don't realize that clarity does a great job at dealing with contrast.
Well, clarity is
yeah.
mid-tone contrast.
Seriously.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, but people think it's only for sharpness.
No, it's not.
Well, that's the point.
Boy, does this one need it. Ooh, ooga, ooga.
Shaka.
But you know, I don't think that island floating in the background's helping personally on this
Yeah.
one.
The old floating background in the sky. Look how flat that was. All right. And we have time, I think the last one we're going to have to blow out
I
of
really
here.
like that backlit tree one.
Yeah.
I know, the backlit tree one was good.
That's a good eye on that.
Whoa.
Kitty.
Not the old kitty in the helmet trick.
Train tracks are going to be next.
Aww. I got to say, this one's way all over the place.
Yeah.
They are.
Kitty in the helmet with a...
Burnt out background.
And a bad horizon line. But you know what? It's a kitty.
And that should be vertical. It should be horizontal.
Yeah. But, you know, it's hard to critique a kitty shot.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
It's hard to critique a kitty shot because they're generally very, like, they're a punchline of a joke. It's a kitty shot.
Well, yeah,
It's like, wah, 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 kitty in a helmet, you know. So we're not even going to critique that. Let's go here. What do you think, Moosey?
Oh, the left side's killing me.
Over here.
Yeah.
You know what? It's funny. If we went back and you looked through 20 grid episodes to the landscape photos, it's always the same couple of things. Number one, it's flat. Number two, there's junk on the sides. Number three, there's something bright that's drawing your face away from that. I mean, it's really, or number four is there's no clear subject. There's a very clear subject here. I just don't want to look at it. I want to look at the left side where my cursor is. That is a theme that you see again and again, and there is a glow around it.
What gets me is we got this one. The next one is a really cool meteorite shower.
Cool meteorite shower, yeah.
Or just lots of planes.
I would love to see the baby's eyes, but that's so cute. It's just,
But you know what? Here, I will say, and that's a well that, like, I know it's a baby and you can't, like, you almost can't go wrong, but there's some thought behind that one, too. That wasn't just, oh, I'm going to take a cute picture of a kid.
If that's the case, why is the white thing in the lower left corner?
Yeah,
Crop it out.
I mean, I just clone that. I do something to make that blue, just something.
Make that go away, Mr. Moose. Meow. Go away,
Because now, as soon as you do that, the nose, which is really the subject, is more prominent.
And you might go lighten that nose just a bit.
There we go. I mean, right? The nose is what's so cute.
I know that your nose is cute.
Can
I
see
could
the
do
cat
this
one
all
again?
day.
Can I see the cat one again really quick?
Well, you want to sing about cats now?
You got to do the sound effects with it.
Okay.
You know what this is? And then big tree.
Big tree.
Big tree.
And with that, I think it sums it up.
We didn't help this last photographer
I like
at
the
all.
tree.
No.
Come on, we got to help a little bit. Come on, what do we got
You got
here?
to give Brad more
You
money so
said-
You know
you're
what it
higher
is?
up.
It's a little bit of a hit and miss with this one.
It is. It's all over the map.
You can't even do the kitty thing. And it'd be nice if the kitty was even looking this way, but so forget the kitty. There are some good things. You're at the right time of day is you have a clear subject. Unfortunately, you have a white glow and your eyes drawing off to someplace else.
You know, he could have gone just moved left.
I can't see
and-
the glow on the screen. I guess I
Yeah,
can
it's
see
a little
bit.
glowy. It's a little glowy. It's not the end of the world glowy, but it's glowy. Then the next one is kind of cool. It looks better on the screen that we're looking at in here than on mine, but it still looks good. This is just a cute little shot, a little baby. It's, it's a baby. And this is a big old tree shot up close, which has been done, like, you're the first one to do it, but...
it's just the sky in the top left corner is not helping. The lower right corner is not helping. He's kind of flattened out the tree. Doesn't look round because of the lighting. There's just a number of little things.
Yeah, it's just kind of... What would you tell this photographer, Moose?
Hey, keep
More
looking
kitty
at
shots.
it. Be pickier on the light. The light itself, I mean, the light's what...
They have
helping
photography skills.
Yes.
They could use some composition skills and just kind of... Somebody wrote in, oh no, my cats just heard the meows, what's up? All right, we're going to leave you with a bunch of cat sounds. Please join us on Friday at 7 p.m. to watch Moose's show. Moose will be taking questions. We will not be critiquing. You're safe to come and watch. It's going to be a lot of fun. Bring popcorn. Don't bring it here. Just keep it at your house. But I'm really looking forward to this. I haven't seen it. You haven't seen it.
I'm nervous as heck.
It'll be neat to see your reaction to your movie.
I'll be choked up.
Alrighty. Well, especially because you have such an emotional, you have an emotional investment in the planes, but also in the pilots.
In the people, yeah.
It really makes a difference. Hey guys, thank you for watching in. We're going to leave you with a chorus of cat sounds for the woman whose 2 cats just went crazy. But we will thank you very much for being on the show, Moose.
My pleasure. Thanks
I look
for having
forward to
me.
this Friday. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Thank you, my friend.
And thanks to our crew here, and thanks to our studio audience. Yay!
Yay!
We'll see you guys next week live right here on the grid. Take care. Cat sounds.
Hold on. Hold on. Crap.